When we decided to go with Vivid and go with online, primarily an online learning approach to our safety program, and actually we're expanding that to other areas of our business. But when we decided to do that, we realized we have about 1,000 crew members each year that would need to go through this training program and do it every year. And those 1,000 crew members range from highly skilled, very experienced folks like the captains on our vessels and the engineers that run the systems on the vessels, to galley workers and housekeepers and factory processors with a wide range of skills and job experience, frankly. And for some of them, no job experience prior to coming to work for us, or very limited job experience. And in many cases, they're immigrants whose English is their second language. Computers might not be day-to-day kinds of things for them. They're great with their smartphones, but the computer, a little different. And so we were concerned that we were going to have some challenges with what I call computer literacy among our crew, as well as just the whole experience of doing something online and having to sit there for 45 minutes to get through a course, or 30 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on what the course was, and complete it and then move on to the next one. I think kind of put on top of that the fact that at first a number of these crew didn't have email addresses. And because we moved into the digital age in some other areas of our operations at the same time, we found out they didn't have their email. They didn't have an email. So we created one for them and got them used to remembering passwords. I mean, this is very basic stuff, but it was surprisingly difficult. And we thought at first, it's going to be a piece of cake. We send them all the invite, they log in, they take the courses, we get a report, it's all well and good. And lo and behold, logging in wasn't so easy for some of them. It was easy for us. It seemed like a piece of cake. We know computers, we're comfortable with them, but a lot of the crew weren't. So that was a huge challenge. It's what I call computer literacy. I think the language issue still is something that we're wrestling with. Some of them, their English is relatively poor, and the training programs are predominantly in English. There are some other languages available, but most of our folk are not from the Western Hemisphere. We have a lot of West African employees. Probably 60–70% of the processing crew on our boats are right now from West Africa, some country there. So the language issue is relatively difficult to manage. So they really need to speak English, and that's something we screen for in our hiring process, because if they can't understand safety issues in English, commands, danger, get away, drop and cover, whatever it might be, we're in trouble. I mean, we've got safety liability there. So that was a fairly significant challenge. I think getting them used to this new thing was also difficult. People don't like change, and our crew are no different. And so some of them resisted. Why are we doing it this way? Do I have to? And we gave them some slack at first. We let them, we told them you got to complete it in a longer period of time than we intended. But I think over time they've come around, and I think they see the benefit for the most part.